Welcome back to Steel Horse. Southside Harley-Davidson in Buell has everything from the Sportsters to the Road Glide.
And of course, Steve, a full line of all the new Buells. You may see one on this ride.
We're here on the west side of the Statehouse for the recovery ride. Let's check this thing out. Tell me about the recovery ride and how it got started.
Well, the recovery ride, this is the second year for it, and the Indiana Addictions Issues Coalition, along with the Department of Correction and the Indiana Division of Mental Health and Addiction, decided that we would do something where we celebrate recovery and that Hoosiers every day recover from addiction and alcoholism. And the main purpose is to be living proof.
How'd you hear about today's ride?
From Jill. We are Southsiders, and she kind of asked me to help support the ride, so I took some flyers and just kind of spread the word on the South Side.
What brings you on the ride today?
Well, I heard about it. Charlie was spreading the word, like he said, and I ride with Charlie every now and then, so I'm here.
How'd you hear about the ride today?
Well, I work for the Department of Corrections in Pendleton, and they advertised it through the department, and we're here to support that.
So you just got up and said, I'm going to follow him?
Oh, I'm following, yeah. Cold, but following.
Well, substance abuse and drug abuse is a serious problem everywhere, and it's good to support the cures and people that have recovered from that and taken the steps to make a better life for themselves.
Now, what do you think makes this ride important?
Substance abuse in Indiana is an overwhelming problem, so anything we can do to counteract that is a good effort.
I think there's a lot more addiction than people realize. You know, typically you think of alcohol addiction, maybe drug addiction, but there's other addictions as well. So I think anything that makes people aware of the recovery is important.
A friend of mine, we've been riding together for quite a while, told me about the recovery ride, and we decided to make a daddy-daughter day, so a bunch of us guys got together and brought our daughters up for the ride today.
That's what I like to see. You know, motorcycling is a family thing.
Yes, it is. We've been leaving them out every weekend on all the other rides, so we decided to make this weekend for them.
Are you having coffee?
Brought Jessica up here last year for the recovery ride for her birthday, which is next week. So this year, instead of just the two of us, we've got 8 people here from Connorsville and decided to come support the ride.
Now, what's it like riding with Dad?
Scary. Yeah, he's an adrenaline junkie.
Addiction is something that is real, it's serious, it causes people to do things that they would otherwise not do. And in terms of, from a law enforcement perspective, I think it's super important for the prosecutor, for the police to come out and say that we can cure these addictions and that it's a process, and that once we do, we can restore that individual. And it's not just to punish, but it's to make them better.
That awareness is being brought to those in need. You've got questions and we've got answers. It's time for this week's Horse's Mouth question. Sheila Dodson asked, where's the fuse box on a 96 Harley-Davidson Custom Softail?
On the 96 Softail, the fuse box is located under the seat. In the back fender, you will find a little black plastic box. You relieve the tabs, open it up, and you will find your circuit breakers in there. And you heard that straight from the horse's mouth.
Thanks, Fro. Here's something to put on your calendar. Come down and check out all the new 2010s. And check out this, the first installment of the Southside Harley-Davidson calendar. Angela, you look pretty hot on that bike.
Yeah, Steve, I always love the Buells, and I love Southside Harley-Davidson. Here's Sherry to tell us what's going on for the fall season.
We're here at Southside Harley-Davidson in Buell to find out what's new and what's going on here. And here to tell us about it, Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
Hi.
Tell me what's new for 2010.
Well, there's a lot of new models, but some of the most popular ones is the new Fat Boy Low, the redesigned Wide Glide, the Road Glide Custom, and the Street Glide Trike is a new one.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about this new Fat Boy Low. I think that's going to be a popular model.
It is. We've already sold the first one the day it came in, so I think people really like that model.
So that brings us to what's going on down here. I know you got an anniversary party coming up.
Yes, October 17th is our anniversary open house, and it's our 62nd anniversary open house. And we'll have live music by the Danny Isaacs Band, free food, and discounts in the store.
Now, you got a garage party coming up. Tell us about that.
Well, yes, this is our 4th annual garage party, and it's a ladies-only event. It's free, and it's just a social gathering for ladies to learn more about motorcycling. It is November 8th, and registration has already started. Space is limited, so if you want to come, you should sign up soon.
Now, learning more about motorcycling, is that how to maintain and keep your bike up to speed?
No, it's actually for people who are non-riders with no experience, who've maybe thought they'd like to ride their own motorcycle, and they've just been unsure about it. And so we take you around to the different parts of the store and talk to you about riding gear versus fashion wear and all the different models and how you can make the bike fit you, those kinds of things.
You want to look at the camera and tell everybody to be there?
Be there.
You've been watching the show all summer long. Now you want to become a rider. Here's something just for you on this week's Safety 101.
Hello, everybody. This week we want to welcome the new riders aboard. The first thing I want to say to new riders just getting into our sport, welcome. You picked a great sport to join. Some tips for new riders just starting out, make sure you get training. That's the very first thing. Take an MF-approved school, get training. Second, read your owner's manual from cover to cover. Get to know your motorcycle. And practice, practice, practice. What you should focus in on when you practice is first, always wear your gear. Practice in low stress areas like parking lots or deserted roads, things of that nature. And always practice in the daylight. And never exceed your comfort level. While you're practicing, don't look at your controls. And what should you be practicing? Well, braking, not just in straight lines, but also in curves, high and low speed stops, takeoffs, being really smooth, and also practice taking off on slopes or on downgrades, and your shifting. Try to be as smooth as you possibly can. And here's the biggest tip. Always keep your head and eyes up. Last but not least, practice on a regular basis. Don't practice on a Saturday and put the bike away for a month. Try to get out at least once or twice a week so that you get used to your motorcycle and your motorcycle gets used to you. Riding is a great experience. You're going to meet new people, go places you never dreamed of, and it's a wonderful way to spend your time. But start out right. So, after you get some practice, I'll see you on the road.
Have no fear if you're a new rider. Southside Harley-Davidson also has used bikes for you.
So don't go anywhere. When Steel Horse returns, we're going to have this week's Gadget Closet.
Then we'll take you to the Power of One ride.
And we'll have this week's Bike of the Week.